What is going on, YouTube Nation? This is Dark Dividend. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bells so you don't miss future videos. So this is a ETF. This is kind of like a growth ETF, but it has a pretty good dividend yield and a decent expense ratio. I used to own this one, and I'm considering rebuying that just to try with options trading or covered calls. I may do that. So I have a mess around account that I just put on Webull. I'll give you my affiliate link. You can get some fractional shares if you sign up. And this one is kind of like, everybody talks about SCHD, SCHD, SPHD, SCHD, SPHD, or VIG or VYM. But this one, still, I may put in my portfolio. So if you're new to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bells so you don't miss future videos. Smash that like button. Let's check this ETF out right now. I find this one very interesting. It actually does have the word dividend in it. The Invesco Dow Jones Industrial Average Dividend ETF. So we're going to go over that. So in the past 5 years, it hasn't done too hot against the S&P. Since inception, it hasn't done too hot against the S&P, but it still, at one point, was doing pretty well. So this is something I'm looking at to not only increase in price per share over time, okay, but I'm also looking at dividends, and I need maybe an ETF to somewhat be in the the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So that's one thing that I'm considering. I do have Vanguard Total Stock Market VTI. I do have VHT, and I have VGT for my IRA, but I may implement these guys as well in there. So it's a good headache to have. And this is one I'm definitely, I'm not going to pull the trigger on it, but I'm very much considering doing it. It's just like SCHD. It's great. I'm going to go over this with you guys. So I'm on the website of Invesco. So the Invesco Industrial Average Dividend ETF is based on the Dow Jones Average Yield Weighted Index. This fund will invest at least 90% of its total assets in common stocks that comprise the index. The index is designed to provide exposure to dividend-paying equity securities in the Dow Jones Industrial Average by their 12-month dividend yield over the prior 12 months. Only securities with consistent dividend payments over the previous 12 months are included in the index. The fund and index are rebalanced semi-annually. So this is one thing that I am interested in. So I'm going to go over their fundings real quick. So the first one in their sector is information technology. 6.39% is IBM. 4.89% is in Intel. Cisco is 4.31. Microsoft is 1.06. The Visa is 1.01%. Apple is 0.65%. So we have consumer staples. Walgreens is 6.71% in their portfolio. Coca-Cola is 3.30, and Procter & Gamble is 3.17, and Walmart is 2.11%. JP Morgan, so financials is 13.61%. JP Morgan is 4.95%. Goldman Sachs is 3.74%. Travelers is 3.15%. And American Express is 1.77%. So in the healthcare sector, Merck is 4.66%. Amgen is 3.95%. Johnson & Johnson is 3.39%. United Health Group is 1.41%. And United Health Group is expensive, by the way, price per share. So industrials, so they're at 5.36% of 3M, 4.34% of Caterpillar. Honeywell is 2.68%. And Dow, with materials, the Dow is basically, they have like Dow Chemicals is 7.66%. Consumer discretionary, Home Depot is 3.32%. McDonald's is 2.74%. Nike is 1.57%. Then communications, they have Verizon at 7.04%. Energy, they have Chevron at 4.82, and then cash that's 0.13 cents. I'm sorry, 0.13%. Looks like it's negative right there. So another thing I want to go over is obviously expense ratio. You need to know what the expense ratio is too. So right here, they just go over the growth of $10,000. So in 2016, if you threw in $10,000, right now it would be worth about right here 21,358. So there is some growth in there, which is good. So their management fee right here and expense ratio is 0.07%. That's not too bad. So I mean, if you have people like what would be a big one, QYLD, they have a crazy expense ratio, but I mean they distribute monthly, cash. You can say it monthly passive income. Some people argue and they say, no, that's not dividend income. That's passive income from their calls. Fine, whatever. So right here, they have 28 holdings. So again, there is some decent growth. Okay. And right here, the Dow Jones and the fund market, they compare themselves. Okay. So I'm also going to go over their dividend distribution, which is important. So right now, I'm on NASDAQ. So here's their dividend growth over time. 2015, it was 2 cents. 2016, it was 18 cents. 2016 just went to 16 cents. 2017, it hit 32 cents. 2017, 18 cents to 17 cents. And then it hit 25 cents. They made it to the 20s, let's just say in 2018. And then they're at 24 cents in 2019, 29 cents. 2020, they're at 28 cents. Then 2020, they cracked 31 cents. And then they cracked 40 cents. So now they're in the consistent 30s in 2021. Then in 2022, they're close to cracking 40 cents. So the dividend growth is not too bad. So again, I'm looking at this one, an increase in price per share, an increase in dividend growth. Okay. Now it's not going to grow tremendously. I'll worry about BTI and stocks like that, but it has decent dividend growth, and price per share, it is not doing too bad. So let me know what you think of DJD ETF. I know SCHD is the most popular one right now amongst the dividend investing community and investing community right now. But I just want you to make aware of DJD. Now, SCHD has a 0.06% expense ratio. These guys have 0.07. That's the one thing that is a little bit more challenging. And also, SCHD is way more expensive than DJD. But these guys have potential for growth. These guys have potential for dividend growth as well. And again, the expense ratio is not too bad. If you're new to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Let me know what you think of this ETF. You guys take care and have a good one.